Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shadaya, or you can call me Daya, and today I want to talk to you guys about exhaustion as a mom, especially a new mom who has never in her life felt this level of exhaustion before. My baby is Shiloh and he is 7 months and I love him, but I be tired, okay, really tired, and I have help, okay. My fiance is an amazing dad. He always helps me as much as he can. Shiloh has 3 sets of grandparents. He has a bunch of aunts and uncles. So if I ever needed like a babysitter or a break and things like that, I am blessed enough to have that support. But even with that, I still find myself exhausted. And I think that a lot of moms can understand where I'm coming from when I say that. Unless you have the money to, have a nanny and you can take a break from parenting for however many days and things like that. Yeah, I don't think that there's many of you guys, because if you were, you would not be watching this video. So yes, this is just my 5 things that have really helped me with exhaustion as a mom. So tip number 1, this might sound so annoying. I don't know why I feel like it might sound annoying, but just because it just sounds very obvious, but for me, I guess it just wasn't. Pay attention to your water intake, ladies, or drink water. Drink a lot of fucking water, okay? I have had so many days where water actually helped me more than coffee. My thing is to just make sure that I have at least 2 water bottles a day, and I just automatically notice the difference. I love coffee. I do. So I would be lying to you if I didn't say that I have coffee every day. I have coffee every single day. Yes. Some of it is for the taste, though. It's not always because I'm so exhausted. My pick-me-up is water. 10 out of 10 over coffee every single time. If you're not doing that now, I guarantee you it will make such a difference. Definitely more than a difference than you thought that it was going to make. So yes, tip number 1, drink water and pay attention to how much water you are drinking. Tip number, a rocket says hello. This is my cat. Can you say hi? Hi. Since your tail keeps coming in my camera. Okay. Number 2, be mindful of the season that you're in your life. So that season being motherhood. Taking the moment, when you stop and think about that, it makes it so that you can think of the exhaustion in a way more positive light. So for example, before Shiloh, I was used to getting up at 6 a.m. every single day to do something productive, whether that was I'm going to work, or I'm going to work out, or me and Trey are going to do something that we had on our list of things to do. We got up early, we finished it early, we had a productive day. I went from that to waking up 10, 11, 12 o'clock, not really knowing what day it was. Waking up still tired because I was just up the night before with the baby. I would wake up and I would look around and the room was a mess. The kitchen's a mess. The living room's a mess. Literally every room in this house disorganized, and in a way that definitely makes me feel very unsettled. That would weigh heavily on my mind as I would walk through the house and just see different things that I didn't have the time to get to. So that was a really big adjustment. Then I got to the point where I would just tell myself, I don't care if I'm exhausted. I'm gonna push through it, and I'm still gonna do all the things that I said I was gonna do today, exhausted or not. No. That did not work, and I didn't do any of those things that I said I was going to push through exhaustion and do. I actually was kind of mad that exhaustion was at like 100 and I was at 0, and that's when I realized that instead of fighting it, accept the fact that this is the season that I'm in. I'm a mom. I'm supposed to be exhausted. The house is supposed to be crazy right now. I just had a freaking baby. You should look a mess. Your hair shouldn't be done. It's okay if you didn't go to the nail salon in like 3 weeks or a month or 2. Who cares? You're a mom. You're supposed to be exhausted. Accept it. Take it for what it is, and honestly, take in the moment of motherhood. You are never going to get this moment again. Tip number 3. Okay, tip number 3 is, what the fuck was tip number 3? Tip number 3 is to take note of the things that literally drive you fucking nuts, okay? So when you take note of the things that drive you crazy, if you do have a partner, talk about that with your partner and have him also, or her, also take note of the things that drive them crazy as well. Talk about those things together. So in the summertime, probably like a week or so before we had Shiloh, I came across this video just trying to like prepare couples for the things that kind of change when you have a baby, and ways that you guys can help each other through that, and just things to be aware of. For example, for me, if I come in through the kitchen, just because the way that my house is set up, the way that you walk in, the kitchen is basically the first thing that you see. If my kitchen looks a mess, in my head, the entire house is a mess. Everything is disorganized, and I'll get anxiety. And all of a sudden I have an attitude, and now all of a sudden Trey gets on my nerves, and all of these things simply because the root of the issue is that the dishes just aren't done, and I just like for them to be clean. Now on the other side of things, ask Trey what are the things that make him feel crazy in the house. For him, it was the living room. Whenever the living room isn't clean, he said for him that gives him anxiety. It makes him feel like he has to stop everything that he's doing and get the living room clean. Why? It really doesn't matter. Why is it the kitchen for me? Again, it really doesn't matter. The whole point is it makes me feel unsettled, just like how the living room makes him feel unsettled. When you have a child, again, whether you're a new mom or not, feeling like that is literally the last thing that you need. You would be so surprised how this is another thing that can hone into why you feel so exhausted. Exhaustion just isn't only physical. A lot of it is mental that bleeds into the physical. When I had that conversation with Trey, he started helping out with the dishes way, not to say that he never did, but he started helping out with the dishes way more because he understood that affected me. He understood that, okay, maybe I can skip cleaning our room for a second because the dishes look absolutely crazy. I happen to be home first. I'm going to clean the dishes for her when she gets home. And he is so sweet because he will do that like all the time. All the time. One of one. Better get you one. Anyway, and then yes, vice versa. So my thing now is I try to make sure that the living room is clean, and it really has made it so that it's almost like we do like a silhouette around each other, and I know what's about to make him get anxiety. I get that shit together real fast, and then he does the same exact thing for me, and then by the end of the night, we're happy. Simply being aware of those things, the little things that make you go crazy, it makes it so that, like I said, when I come in and I might see that the kitchen is a mess, maybe Trey didn't get a chance to get to it. Okay, that's not a big deal. And when I start feeling myself getting that anxiety, I start feeling myself thinking that the house is so disorganized, I always take that mental note to say, that's not true, or maybe it is, but it's okay. And understand that you are feeling like this simply because you came in that problem area that is a thing that drives you crazy in your head is out of whack. And so like a domino effect, you're feeling all of these other things, but that doesn't always make them true, or it doesn't always make it an immediate issue for you to tackle right then and there. Remember, mental exhaustion is just as bad as the physical. Tip number 4. So I know that this might sound a little redundant, and you've probably heard it 1,000 times if you're a mom at this point, or if you're a new mom becoming a mom, it really doesn't matter. You probably heard it. Take time to yourself. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. My best friend, she has twins, and she says that as of right now, her alone time is the shower. And right now it does it for her, okay? So it doesn't matter if that's all you got. It got to a point where for me, my alone time was around 5 a.m. Between 5 and 6. I literally woke up at 5 a.m. on purpose almost every single day so that I could have coffee, by myself. I could watch my show by myself, and it was all before Shiloh woke up. And it helped. It really did. Don't get me wrong, I still was ready to go to sleep by like 8 o'clock that night, but still, I got my alone time for the day. Fit it in wherever you can, and I promise you will feel a little bit better. So even if your kid just took a nap and you know that they might be down, it's okay to not do anything for that whole hour that they're down. It's okay. Take some me time. Put it in a planner if you have to. It is that important. And last but not least, tip number 5 is earlier bedtimes, if possible, okay? So for the moms that like for your baby to go to sleep when you go to sleep, do not come for me, okay? If that works for you, it works for you. Congratulations. For me, no. I need my time, okay? So I try to get Shiloh down around 7:30, 8 o'clock. This week, literally, which is funny that I'm even recording this video, this week we are trying to push it back just a little bit because we are trying to get him to sleep through the night a lot longer. But that's a whole nother tangent that I'm not about to go off on. So having earlier nap or bedtimes has helped me and my fiance tremendously. I'm always going to be tired at the end of the night, okay? But if he's down by like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I have I usually won't go to sleep until almost 11 some nights. That's from like 8 to like 11 that me and my fiance get to just do literally whatever the fuck we want. You know, we can have a glass of wine. We can watch a movie. Shit, I can get a massage. So yeah, earlier bedtimes are really, really helpful. Try it. Try it. Don't knock it until you try it. And that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Those are my 5 recommendations, tips, hacks, whatever you want to call them, for helping with exhaustion as a mom. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, and again, if there's anything else that you would like to see, please comment that below.